Hi, and welcome back to Inspired Alchemy with Lizzie. This is episode 24, and it's about intention. Maybe it's the alchemy of intention, but it's just intention. Yeah, I think it is the alchemy of intention. But my first thing that I wanted to do when I came on here was ask you, how are you doing? How are you moving through the world? How are you alchemizing all of the things in your life, whether they feel heavy or light or challenging or easy flow? How are you alchemizing these things? And how are you feeling? You can feel free to tell me in the comments. You can find me on social media to tell me, open up a conversation. Some of us just need to talk right now and we need to connect. And I'm here for it. So, jumping into the episode, I saw a quote yesterday while I was doing some research, and it's a quote from a friend. And it's everything you do with intention. And that led me to start thinking about how intentional am I in my life. And honestly, I used to not be so intentional. I used to say things without thinking, or I've always been intentional to some degree. Like, I'll never send you music just because. Like, I just won't do it. It's either that I like it, or I feel like you might get something out of it, or I just feel called to send it. But everything is with intention. Everything that I say, everything that I do, the way that I move through the world is very intentional. Even on my peak performance tracker that I came up with Alan from Next Level University, he helped me redo my system. And a lot of those things on there, well, that whole thing is intention. Filling it out is intentional. Putting my most important win and my most important improvement for each day is intentional, so that I know how to move into the rest of my day or the next day or what have you. So a lot of those titles even have like intentional time with my daughter. My daughter's a teenager. She'll be 15 this year. And she's starting to branch out. She's starting to get more friends, and she's wanting to hang out at skate parks and do all of these things. And I know that, not that I have limited time left, because that's not what it is. Because my daughter and I have a very strong connection and bond. But I have a limited time as to how long she's going to be, what's the right words I want to use? Available, like all the time, to like hang out or do things or what have you. Because she's going to develop her own life. And that's what I want for her. I want her to feel like she can go out into the world and not need me, but want me there. And so one of the topics on my tracker is actually intentional time with my daughter. And that means no phones, no, I mean, we could be watching TV, but we're like talking, we're engaging, that kind of thing. Or making sure that when she sends me a message or what have you, I make sure that I intentionally respond back. When she's talking to me, I intentionally put everything down that I'm doing and I talk to her. And this is things that I'm trying to do in my life overall. I won't send things to people just because. I check in and see if it is something that is aligned for me. And if it is, then I send it. And that's music, that's things that I've written, it's whatever it is, right? And some of the things, even if, so for example, if I write something and I send it to somebody, I've already gone over in my head, is this aligned? Am I doing this with some kind of intention. And most of the time when I send things like that, my intention is kind of getting past that fear of vulnerability in that way. So it's a crazy kind of thing because intention can be anything. It can be like, okay, well, I'm not great at vulnerability, so sending this thing, no matter if it seems like I'm too much or whatever it is, I am going to do it anyways because I have to learn to be more vulnerable with people. I'm not saying you have to go out and like share your whole life story or dump on everybody. That's not what I'm saying. It's things are completely intentional. When I share things to my stories, it's intentional. A lot of the time, the intention is to show parts of who I am. And the other part is sometimes just to make people smile. We all need some kind of happiness in our life. And while we're not supposed to get happiness from external sources, sometimes a quick meme or a quick song or a poem or whatever it is can shine light into somebody's life. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about, again, doing the things with intention. It's you're approaching your actions and decisions with purpose and awareness. It's not like, so when I was younger, I would do things very emotionally. You know, those texts where somebody writes you and you're like, oh, I'm so mad, whatever. And then you send this text back and you don't even think about it. You just kind of spew everything. How could you? Whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. Approaching things with intention means approaching things with awareness. There are some things that I just know, even though I want to say them. Number one, it's not aligned to who I am anymore. And number two, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Arguing with people, it's just, especially like people online that want to troll you and things like that, there's no point. So my intention is to not engage with things like that and engage with that kind of energy. It's just not who I am. It's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to bring into my life. So I intentionally choose not to engage. It's the same thing with people in my life if they want to have a certain kind of discussion. If I don't feel that it's aligned for me to have that discussion because they're getting uppity about something, I just won't engage. It's like, oh, it's interesting that you feel that way. And that kind of like, you know, stops the conversation and kind of mitigates maybe damage that could have been done or things like that. So it's a conscious choice. Again, awareness, alignment, it could be goal oriented. It's if you have a goal in mind, right? So sometimes things that I post, like this morning, I posted about a breakfast sandwich I made. It wasn't a sugar coated, curated, beautiful post. It was a messy breakfast sandwich that I made for myself on a plate. Nothing beautiful. That wasn't my intention, was to make it beautiful. My intention was to show the rawness of the situation that I was dealing with. This week has been a lot, not just for me, but for a lot of people. It's been very heavy with the world events and just with everybody going through their own thing in general. And this week, I've had a lot of realizations about myself, about life, about business. And again, if you've heard my other episodes, you know that I'm just burning everything down and rebuilding. It's what a phoenix does, right? So my post this morning was that breakfast sandwich. My intention was that post was to show the rawness of how I'm feeling this morning. I woke up this morning with a Juliet, I think her name is Juliet Ivy song stuck in my head, so I played that. I made myself this, even though it wasn't pretty, it was a delicious sandwich that my body needed. I made myself some coffee. I drank my water, I took my supplements, and I did all of that intentionally because when I woke, oh, and I had a good cry. I cried. I needed to cry. I told myself this morning that I was like, oh, I'm going to get up and I'm going to record my episode and I'm going to do this, this, and this. I was going to send myself right into work. That would have been a trauma response to what I know was coming, which was the crying. If I would have thrown myself into work, I wouldn't have cried. I wouldn't have felt my emotions. I wouldn't have had the awareness that I would have had. I wouldn't have done these things. So I said, you know what? No, I'm not going to throw myself into work. I need to fuel my body. Hey, body, what do you want today? My body said it wanted a bacon, egg sandwich. So I did it. Okay, body, what else do we need? Obviously, water. 16 ounces of water in the morning, as per doctor's rules. I'm just kidding. It's part of my plan. My supplements, because I did forget my supplements yesterday. I've been really good about being on track with them since I got back from Boston. But yesterday I forgot. Again, heavy day. And then listening to music. I just allowed myself to sit at the table, music, but nothing else, no social media, no nothing. And I ate. And then I washed my dishes. I did the things because I was like, oh, I could just leave these and I'll do them later. But then I don't want to think about the dishes being in the sink. And so I intentionally did the couple of dishes that were there. And I'm like, okay, now I can go into work and doing things without feeling like there's something else waiting for me to do. Right. And so I did that. I got my water. And then I sat down and I was ready to record because I have fueled my body. I have done the things. And that trauma response that I was talking about, I've discussed my challenge with eating. Not that I don't like food. I absolutely love food. Give me tacos, give me Italian food, give me Indian food, give me all of the food and I will eat it for the most part. There are certain hard limits here. But it is more I stopped listening to my hunger cues. I told myself, oh, I'll just finish this one project and then I'll move on. And then I start another project. And then by the time that it comes, I haven't eaten all day. And it wasn't a good situation. I did learn to not have caffeine before anything. Like, if I'm going to have caffeine, I need to eat. It's a whole hormonal thing. And that was very intentional as well. It's like, oh yeah, I could just have coffee and then move on, but I won't do that to my body. I won't do that to myself. And I know that this episode probably seems everywhere, but it is all about intention. So I could have very well followed through with going straight into all of these things, but with the boundaries that I've had to hold this week, with, like I said, those realizations that I've had, all of those things, it was a lot. And so instead of feeling them, I wanted to just throw myself into work. People have addictions. Work for me is one of them. It used to be. I would go into work sometimes really early in the morning and not come home till late at night. That's just not who I am anymore. I want to work and create out of intention. And that all kind of goes into this. I know I needed to be intentional this morning because of how I was feeling. You have to become really good at knowing these emotions and feelings within your body. And I knew that throwing myself into something this morning was because I was trying to not surrender to what was and what I was feeling. So that is my story about this morning. Some examples of acting with intention were some of the things that I said: self-care, Also, building strong relationships or building authentic relationships, organic relationships. It used to be really scary for me to do this, but I'm getting better at it. And that includes levels of intimacy, levels of vulnerability that you might not be used to, allowing people to see you for who you are in that moment. Come as you are, is what I've been told. And every time that I do that, I'm shown more and more how accepted I can be, even in some of my messiest times. And I'm grateful. Some other things, like I said before, acting with intention, things that you post, social media is a big thing. Maybe I'm doing it wrong in quotation marks. I don't know, but curating social media to me is not authentic. It's not intentional. I don't want people to see me as something that I'm not. I'm not this. I even made a post. I'm awkward. I am an awkward thing. Okay. And I'm not going to pretend to be that something I'm not. I'm just not going to do it. And I'm not going to pretend to be like this perfectly polished person. I'm not. Right now, I have a messy bun. I have a cut off shirt on, and it's just what it is. I'm not sitting behind this, you know, oh my God, I was going to say microwave. There's the awkwardness. This microphone pretending that I'm just polished while sitting here. That's not what it is. I'm sharing my life, my story, real and raw. And that is what I want to come through in my social media. I will not pretend to be something I'm not, just so everything looks pretty. Because in alchemy, it's messy. The brain is messy. The body gets messy. Everything gets messy. And that's okay. You are deserving of love and worthy of love and a beautiful life just as you are. We can keep moving forward. We can keep creating alchemy. We can keep being intentional, but you're worthy of all of these things as you are. Even on your messy days, even on your challenging days, on your days where you feel more beautiful or handsome to whoever is listening, you're worthy of these things, no matter how people have made you feel in the past. Another intentional thing that I do, which is actually a core value of Inspired Alchemy, is practicing gratitude. That has gotten me through a lot. I intentionally choose every day to find things to be grateful for. It has gotten a lot easier to do this because I've been doing it for a really long time. I can tell you in any one moment at least 25 things that I'm grateful for. I can list them. And it doesn't have to be big things. It could be like, oh my God, I'm so grateful I was able to drink clean water today. I'm so grateful that I had a cupcake. I'm so grateful that I was able to move my body and that my body actually moves. I'm so grateful for the people that are in my life that choose me and I choose them. I'm grateful for that little saying that I saw today that inspired something else. It really can be anything. And practicing gratitude is a lot of the time what gets you through a lot of other things. And you just start to see them. You start to see these things. And I guess this whole episode is just about alchemizing intention. So again, it might seem like it's everywhere, but in my brain, it makes sense. Setting boundaries is another one. And that can be really difficult. And that is a whole episode in itself. Something I've gotten better at, but not always great at. So that will be its own thing. Those are just my thoughts on intention today. I really hope that this episode helped in some way, somehow, someone. Again, as always, thank you for being here. You are not broken. You are just unbecoming everything that you were told you are or society taught you to be. And you are just becoming everything you are meant to be in this life. You're not broken. And I know a lot of people feel like they are. You are worthy of love, like I said before, just as you are. Try to use intention to move through your day to day and see how it goes, or tomorrow, or whenever you're listening to this. And if you need anything, please reach out. There are people who love you and care for you. There are tables you don't even know that you're meant to sit at yet. There are rooms you don't even know that you're meant to be in yet. And taking each step, each aligned step intentionally, will get you to where you want to be. Maybe not fast, but there'll be more freedom in each step. Until next time, thank you for being here. Keep creating alchemy.